If you're here for Team EG, let's hear it for them.
They need your support. It's all
right, where are my Europeans at for Game Sense?
Come on, Game Sense, DNAW trio.
All right, match is starting. We are going to be watching Rodriguez yet again. He's trying to get that damage out right away onto his target. Deep freeze very early on to Sidu, who's down to half already.
Oh, are they going to do nothing and win?
A lot of stuff out of it right from the beginning.
Incredible. Wow. What a great team name.
Look at that combo, the War Stomp right onto Sidu.
Just ridiculous. MLS, like I was saying, the burst you can set up. Rodriguez's damage with that crit stack can be so devastating at the very beginning of the match.
Sidu's in a ring right now, not choosing to jump out of it with a trinket.
Well, they're not going to get
into a poly too. Silence onto Talbadar.
Yeah, Sewers went very poorly for EG a while ago. They had a miscommunication that resulted in them losing a match they really should not have. So look for them to play super careful. If anybody drops down, if anybody gets CC'd, you know, Sidu and Azael, they're going to have much closer communication than they have in previous matches. Obviously, this is a big game for them. They just need to play it absolutely flawlessly, and I'm not entirely sure if Sewers is their best map, but so far so good because Rodriguez is unable to set up on anybody. He's got no good angles.
He's taking a lot of damage right now, though, blocking off that line of dots. That was a good move right there.
This is what I said. He's going to push up on them. He's going to push up on that EG box. It's a massive trap. He's just going to get pummeled to death. And that's exactly what is happening here. Rodriguez trying to pull back. And that was a nice little triple howl, but Sherman's going to take him out of it. Sidu controlled again.
Sidu getting coiled right there behind the boxes. But Rodriguez feared away, and that was a great move by Azael to stop the damage coming out because Sidu was in trouble right there. Yep. Big heal on to Sidu, though.
Yep. Talbadar chilling as a sheep. He gets out, though, and he's just basically going to pump damage. I'm looking for him to run in on that stomp. His Warstomp's actually down, so he's not going to have
Team EG's pressure isn't there. It wasn't like last game. Of course, Game Sense getting the upper hand quite early in the match.
Yeah, I'm noticing it's actually easy for MLS to line of sight. You know, it kind of goes both ways. It's more difficult for Azael to apply his dots, and at the same time, it's a little more difficult for Rodriguez to get in there and set up an easy shatter, as it were. Drudenhouse taking a lot of damage. I noticed both teams really prioritizing the Shamans, basically the weak link, because they don't have a really great, you know, self-defensive cooldowns to use. So if you can pressure the Shaman and put just too much stress on his healing, you know, that allows you to get really far ahead in a match. A nice little grip there. Talbadar picking Sidu out of stairs.
It was good. It was good. Sidu was trying to shear the Frostbolt, and it was a good fake on that Frostbolt by Rodriguez, and that's why the life grip happened, because he knew he would be teed off on by Rodriguez. See that Shadowward Death attempting on the sheep?
Nice,
a little early to get a little pushback on that.
Got the CS on Taub, got him into a poly, but now he's back out.
Look at that casting on Sidu yet again.
There's just no big CC combos coming out of the MLS right now. You know, Game Sense Trio is having a difficult time setting up, and like I said, EG masters of playing that box.
All right, so Rodriguez is going to try to push in. Great job right there, trying to stop the drink with that Blizzard.
That's a smart ring. Rodriguez running in, trying to funnel them out the left side of their box. Is not going to be able to do it. He catches Sidu out in the open, actually. You're going to get a good burst opportunity onto Sidu.
That ring was excellent because it means that Sidu wouldn't be able to retreat behind the boxes at that point. Good deep freeze there also. Got a silence onto Drudenhouse.
Last second interrupt by Sidu onto Rodriguez, stopping some.
That was a pretty big fear right there as it hits both Sidu and Azael. They get out of the fear now.
Oh, Sidu coiled out.
Onto Sidu again. Man, this is a rough time for Sidu. They're going to be training him the entire match.
Yep, Azael's trying to peel, but himself is being peeled. Sidu caught to another deep freeze.
With a couple big Frostbolts coming towards him right now as he can barely gets behind the box.
You know he's happy. He's an orc right now.
Nature's Swiftness saving his life right there with that impact stun. Even though he NS'd, he's still in trouble. As we see some wings coming out of Talbadar, who's going to be casting on to, it looks like Drudenhouse, but look, no dots anywhere for Team EG.
Yeah, this has been rough for them. Like I said, Azael's been prioritizing peels for Sidu, which is obviously very important, but it's just no time to put damage out. MLS is just going to get in there, put the pressure on, and if Sidu gets low on mana, you know, Drudenhouse will be able to fall back and drink because the mage will be able to stop anybody from getting across that midfield and interrupting that drink.
Rodriguez is having some trouble casting right now as both members that can interrupt, and look at that. That was a good attempt on the death, which he did get it. So Talbadar is down bottom. Or up, I'm sorry. So the target is going to be onto Sidu yet again. It looks like that's the plan for this round.
Yep, and Rodriguez not getting as lucky with the Fingers of Frost, I'm noticing, and Dakroth actually getting into this fight quite a bit more. He hasn't been controlled like he was in this last match. He's able to put up some dots, and he's got, you know, pretty decent uptime on Sidu, which has been their target of choice. But he definitely needs to roll some onto Azael and Talbadar and make Sidu work a little harder because he's got good mana conservation right now. He's been playing very efficiently. He's got good kills out of his team.
Freeze right now onto Sidu again.
For almost no seconds, though, thanks to being in at work. and no doubt stun reduction. I mean, that's really going to make or break this match for them, probably in the long run. Is if they're going to go on Sea-Doo, having stun reduction is such an important addition to this composition, because
really
that's
is.
the big
And
setup.
I really like this ring around the boxes. Every time he puts it down, it's always been great timing. And as you can see, the fear going out on Dakroth, who breaks that with a trinket. And silence onto both Talbadar and Azael at that point with that impact stun on Sea-Doo. They're doing a great job. Every little bit of crowd control possible, they spread it out, because you really need to stop the crowd control from shadow play if you want to score a kill.
Dakroth going for a banish on the Azael's pet does get it. You know what? It feels like a lifetime BL, but we've only been in this match 5.5 minutes.
And look at that, another death to Sheep. Talbadar in the Sheep this time, though, half duration. And oh, there we go, another deep freeze onto Sea-Doo, playing Orc, so it's going to be a very short duration on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of wasted, you know, Rodriguez spamming deep like that onto Sea-Doo. They could go on Talbadar. He's a big target. He stands out in the middle. He can't miss him.
All right, forcing a block out of Rodriguez right there. This is the first time that EG has forced something out of game sense, down to half, but we see a coil onto Sea-Doo right now. He's going to try to find some LOS. There goes the Nature Swiftness, picking him back up with a shield help from Talbadar.
And a big fear peel. Drudenhouse and
Goes another
Dakroth
one.
sitting in a full fear almost from Azael. A great peel.
All right, so we do have Drudenhouse, who just trinketed, however, into a fear with that tremor right after. Now, Game Sense looking like they are in trouble there now, burning through many cooldowns very, very quickly.
They're having to fall back to the box. They're going to have to play very, very defensively here. And it's actually EG who's pushing in on them right now.
And the entire teams, both sides, are sitting behind the boxes right now. Sea-Doo taking a lot of damage, and there goes his Spirit Link Totem, picking everyone back up.
Yep.
But Dakroth taking damage, Drudenhouse taking damage, that Psychic Scream goes out. They are yelling for the kill onto Dakroth as they chase him away, and a great poly onto Talbadar that's going to be a full poly.
Wow. It's still just both of these teams, just an ebb and flow of offense.
Wow,
and defense.
Drudenhouse is really far out of position right now compared to where his other players are, and there we go. Now we're going to have Azael looking to do some damage to Drudenhouse, trying to get a Hex off. Not able to.
Yeah, match is going to slow down here for a second. You know, man is becoming an issue for both teams. I think Shadowplay knows that.
Yeah, and you can hear
Talbadar.
Talbadar yelling. He can't help out. He's stuck in that ring. He can move now. Great deep freeze right as the ring ended. But Sea-Doo taking a lot of damage right now. Gets gripped back, but it's not going to help too much unless he can get behind that box. Gets stuck in a Nova right there. He's trying to get behind, but look at Rodriguez beating him to the box at that point. The line of sight is not going to be an issue with him right there. Sea-Doo getting extremely low, 20,000 hit points. So much damage with that death coil onto Sea-Doo, onto Rodriguez. Sea-Doo down with the death coil.
And Sea-Doo grounded to catch it. 5K health, brought back up a War Stomp coming out of Drudenhouse. Impressive.
No, here comes another deep freeze.
But it's not long enough.
Wow, and I can't believe he lived through that. A fear onto Drudenhouse with a silent Psychic Scream. They're using everything possible. How did he live through that?
They're going to stabilize. Rodriguez throws his ring down.
Oh, and here we go. That ring around it. He knows he's in trouble right now. Nowhere to run. He's going to be in line of sight the whole time as the team shifted down bottom.
Yeah,
and he got feared right through that ring.
He's got no mana to work with
right there. Oh, but look at Rodriguez's life right now as he has to block. Again, no blocks on Rodriguez. His trinket is down right now. He's going to sit into it as much as he can. Drudenhouse also low on mana, but not like Sea-Doo. You see Sea-Doo, 6,000 mana, but the life bars of both Talbadar and Azael are high enough that he can go and hide and sit down.
He got a little drink
Great
off before Rodriguez pet was able to do anything. Yeah, what a good peel for himself. And Rodriguez getting out of it. Just going to try to solo Shaman, which is extremely difficult.
Yeah, this is a risky situation for both teams right here. Sea-Doo is by himself, and he's not going to have any LOS protection for a while. Talbadar coming down to get a hand.
Drudenhouse grabbing a drink, by the way, going to be very important, but Azael puts an end to that with a nice little howl. He's going to roll some dots out on him. This is going to be a huge turning point for them. If Drudenhouse gets denied any of that mana.
It definitely is. They put a lot into that kill right there, or the attempt at it. Now you see Dakroth taking damage, Drudenhouse taking damage.
Azael's got it set up. He's got dots on Drudenhouse into a coil. Rodriguez had some dots rolling on him too. Dakroth hasn't been full health in about a century now. Drudenhouse has so much work to do and so little mana to do it.
All right, now look at Drudenhouse trying to get a little bit away, but they are going to redot him. Dakroth low, Drudenhouse low, Hex onto Rodriguez. Spirit Link Totem goes down, but it really, oh, there we go.
Jack
Now the
pops
ticket
in.
goes through, picking him back up to 50% life, but very, very low on mana.
Look at Jordanhouse, basically getting spiked. I mean, Talbotard just needs to chase into this and go for the kill. Sidu gets peeled with a deep freeze.
Oh, this is not good.
Look at that damage out of Rodriguez.
Sidu, oh, is no, wow. So much damage. Looked like Sidu was going to be okay. He has his nature swiftness up, uses it to game himself back up, but look at Jordanhouse and Rodriguez. Damage everywhere. Team EG looking good as long as Sidu can stay alive here.
Sidu and Jordanhouse with almost no mana. Jordanhouse catching a UA Dispel Silence, nearly
Oh, and Talbodar's going after Jordanhouse, but great job kiting as much as he can. NS going off.
Jordanhouse getting
Still
around the
has
line
it up.
of sight.
There he
Look
goes.
at
Now
those
he's going to use
dots.
the end up. He's going to sit down and
Gets
drink.
down for it.
If they can get over to him right now, they might be able to get the mount up by Talbodar.
Talbodar
And that
is
ring.
mighty
Oh, that was
Warwolf.
a great ring right there. It's really hard to see down bottom. Not going to affect him. All right, so he gets sheeped, and it's his crowd control out of game sense, which is saving them over and over. But Dakroth down to 27,000 life. Jordanhouse really needs to be using Mana Shield, Water Shield right now.
Another UA.
UA Dispel, this is not good. 20,000 life.
Eating too many of those. He does not have the mana or the health to afford that, honestly. I mean, he's got to mitigate damage any way he can. I see it's kind of on the razor's edge.
Azael's trying to find his target.
That was a big death blow.
Rodriguez is just all over the place. So hard to keep damage on him.
Yeah, I like the peels here. Game sense is doing so good. We're right at the 11-minute and 20-second mark now.
But look, silence onto Jordanhouse right there. Every single crowd control that's put out by Team EG could possibly score a kill. There we go, Howl of Terror going out.
Low and
Jordanhouse,
extended.
his trinket isn't up for another few seconds. He gets feared really far away. This is not good for game sense as a coil right after it. But I love the split pressure right now. We see the Psychic Core onto Dakroth.
Like, he can keep himself up, but I don't think he can keep Dakroth up. They both have dots rolling on them.
That was a huge Howl of Terror right there, stopping EG's potential kill. Dakroth, a lot of damage. Jordanhouse, so much damage, but what Jordanhouse is doing is right now is he's able to run and heal, which is going to help him, especially down there. 40,000 hit points. How are they not killing him?
It's just kiting. This is MLS. You can kite around a map pretty much indefinitely as Mage Lock Shaman. And they're showing that to EG now. But EG, all they have to do is keep the pressure on and not make mistakes. And they've successfully done that for about the past 8 minutes.
Sidu gets feared away. I mean, Azael can always be spiked down as we see a trinket coming out of Sidu on that fear. Azael is, wow, lots of damage onto him. Sidu is completely out of mana, 3,000 mana.
Rodriguez has good procs. He's got fingers in, there's Icy Veins up, he's got some Brain Freeze. This is his damage right now. If he can get over to Azael, he definitely has the potential to take him out of this match in one solid shatter if he get lined up.
Oh no, Azael down to 20,000 hit points right now.
Low.
With the impact stun, great Spirit Link Totem to save the day, very timely. Talbodar was quite away as he gets War Stomped, trying to make it back in.
Crossfire.
Wow. But look, Sidu also impact stun, really low. Riptides himself to try to help him every bit. But when he's trying to heal 2 targets, it's not helping out as he gets feared away into a deep freeze. As Rodriguez is standing right in his face, casting on him. 20,000 damage.
Into Death Coil.
And he goes
down! Sidu goes down to the Death Coil.
Impact stun onto Azael also. Jordanhouse gets feared away. Spirit Link Totems to make sure that no one's going to die, but it doesn't hit anyone else. And Azael going to be killed with all that dot damage and massive spikes from that MLS. What a game.
Wow. Rodriguez at the very end there, able to line up on Azael and Sidu and just finish it off onto Sidu. Making him split targets like that, such a difficult decision. Who do I heal, where do I position? And Rodriguez made it pretty simple for him. I'm just going to root you and kill you. Wow. Very, very well played by Game Sense. I can hardly describe to you how well you have to play MLS to accomplish such a feat on sewers when you're behind.